Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Web's Women.
where exposure brings strength.
Well, hello there, Andrea.
Oh, hello.
And how are we doing on this fine, lovely day?
Well, sometimes, what did I say? Sometimes you fall on your face, sometimes you fall on your ass, and sometimes you fall on your wrist. And that's what happened to me. Yeah, so I'm feeling great.
Oh my God. So
Not
what
so,
the
not so
hell?
much, but yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I see you're all bandaged up. So what happened?
Well, I'm bandaged, but I'm more concerned about my fingers being so swollen.
Yeah.
They wanted to, I went and got x-rayed. They wanted to cut my ring off. I was like, no, I'll deal with it. And she was like, you're gonna have to come back here and we're gonna have to saw it off.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I said, I'll deal with it. And then of course, because she said that, I came home and I'm looking like, oh shit, is it turning blue? Are my eyes okay? Like, is it turning blue? Right. So then I was like, I'm just going to put ice on it and calm down and not listen to her.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
your pain level from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, what is your pain level right now?
Like 1.
Oh,
I'm not
okay. That's good.
I have a high threshold. I mean, I do have a high threshold for pain.
Okay.
So that is what kind of I question sometimes, because even last night, I didn't even have a tear.
Wow.
And I ran in and it hurt. It hurt.
So how did you fall? How did that happen?
Okay. You know what? This is real shit that happens.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody posts this on, social media, right? Everybody's like, look at us. We're in the hot tub family. You get together, right? Yeah. Well, yeah. So I tried to, have a little time in the hot tub, me and my husband without the kids, the dog, the whole 9. Right. And so I'm like, okay, we'll just sit out here and we'll listen to, I'm in a coaching program. And so they were talking last night. So I had the speaker out there, I had the phone on, and that was going in the background. And then my son says, I'm coming out. Right.
Oh
so
my God.
all of a sudden it's a circus. Right. And he's like running fast. He goes and he takes off his shirt, rips it, it goes on top of my phone, falls on the ground. Then he's trying to get in the hot tub. And I'm like, I am out. So I'm trying to get out as he came in, and he's like fast, right? He's fast. He's trying to get in. Everything is super fast. And so I'm trying to get out, and my foot hit. And when my foot, it kind of slipped on the step, I fell backward from the top step, mind you.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, it was almost slow motion in my eyes, because I was like, I saw, I didn't see my son. I saw my husband, and I was like,
oh yeah.
That's kind of how I felt, like I was going backwards. And in the air, my feet were in the air. And that's all I kept thinking is my head is going to hit this table behind. I'm going to nail my head. So I was
because you have a glass patio table, correct?
It's a glass table, but then the metal chairs, or, the handles on the metal chairs, it was back behind me. So I didn't know how far I was. I didn't know. Yeah. So, that's a fast fall. Be thinking all of these quickly things.
Yes, that's right.
But I'm still thinking them, right? In a matter of seconds, I'm thinking them as I'm in the air, and my feet are in the air. And then all of a sudden I land on my hand. Really, I landed on my, the part under your thumb, like the fatty part under the thumb. That's where I landed, but I felt the kind of on my hand. And to be honest, my ass bounced off the ground, and I got up. I got up so fast, and even my husband jumped out and tried to take a look I just ran into the house, and I grabbed ice, and I threw it on there. And yeah, I didn't like, I just kept like, I was kind of hyperventilating because it was painful.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, I didn't shed a tear. And then a little bit after, I was like, I don't know if it's broken. Like I can't feel it. Like I can't feel what's
And
happening.
given that you have such a high threshold of pain, even,
Right.
let's just say if it was broken, how would you know if your levels are so high in terms of,
Right. So
right? So,
yeah.
oh
So
gosh.
my husband is like, well, like, how bad does it hurt? I was like, it fucking hurt.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, do we have to go to the hospital? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Now then I'm all of a sudden, see, when he says you got to go to the hospital, all of a sudden I'm in no mode. Nope, no hospital, no ER. I'm fine. It's good. Right. Because I
Yeah.
hate going to the doctor or the hospital. So immediately my mind said, hell no. But
Okay.
then I started as like an hour went on and I had ice on it and stuff. And I'm like, I can't bend my wrist. Like I can't bend it. I can't, my fingers can't touch. I can't get them to touch. Um, I just started like, okay, I don't know. Like now I don't know.
Mm,
Like maybe something could be crap. I don't know, because I
yeah.
can't really tell. The throbbing was going on, but I couldn't tell. And
Yep.
so, yeah. So anyway, I ended up calling and texting our friend who is an orthopedic surgeon. And I
Mhm.
said to him, listen, I don't want to go to the ER, but what the hell do I know? Maybe I do need to go. So he just said, don't go to the ER unless, if it looks deformed and it
Right.
looks like something sticking out, then go. So
Right.
I was like, okay. So he said, let's wait till tomorrow. So that's what I did. And then I just ended up going quickly to an urgent care and getting an
Okay.
x-ray, sending it to him.
And
There
so
were no,
now
so
you're
there are no
good?
fractures.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, there's no
That's very
fragments,
good.
no fractures. There's, so yeah, so I went in and I'm hearing, right? So of course I'm in this urgent care and I'm hearing the doctor talking like, super loud next door. Like I know the medical care of whoever was in that
Mm.
room, right? So,
Mhm.
but I'm thinking he's talking so loud. Like there has to be an elderly person that's hard of hearing because he is talking so loud. Come to find out, he was talking about the COVID swab. So he's giving somebody the swab and he's talking in there and he's talking I mean, like, okay, it's going to go and tickle just a little, like, I mean, yelling. And I thought, what is happening right now? All of a sudden, this baby starts screaming, crying. And
Oh
I
my
thought,
gosh.
that baby's probably crying because you're fucking screaming so loud. I could hear you through all the walls. And
Yeah.
then I start getting like, that doctor's coming in here next after that baby's got COVID, right? He's coming in here. And I'm like, then I start getting
Now you're
paranoid,
freaking out.
right? And I'm like,
Right.
don't come in here. I don't care. Just yell and say, yes, fracture, no fracture. Just yell it through the wall. I can hear you. Like, right? I'm like, don't come in the room. So another doctor, she came in. So it wasn't him. So I didn't feel so, but she came in, right? And so she says, well, there's no breaks. And I was like, okay, can I take pictures of the scan? Because I wanted to send them to my doctor friend. So I, yeah. So she's like, yeah, come on. So I walk out and I take the pictures. I come back in and she's like, okay. She's like, well, she goes, I'll wrap it so it stays secure. You should probably wrap it. Do you want me to prescribe you anything for, no, she said, you should really take some anti-inflammatory medication. And I said, okay, well, I take CBD, so I'll be fine. And she's like, well, you should really take some anti-inflammatory. I go, yeah, I'm gonna take my CBD. And
So
she
she
looks
was
at me
ignoring every time you said
like,
CBD.
yeah. And I said it multiple times on purpose
Hmm.
because she kept like
Interesting.
trying. Okay, well then, no, then she says, well, did you want me to prescribe you anything for the pain? I said, I'm not in pain. And she goes, oh, and then she looked at me like, oh, and I thought, I needed to know if it had fractures or anything happened in there. So I needed to know. But in the end, like you're pushing drugs, pain meds on me. Like I didn't ask you. I didn't even tell you I'm not in pain. Like I told you, I don't really feel pain except if I can't really bend it towards me and I
Mm.
can't touch my fingers. And if I bend it a certain way, it starts to hurt, but like it pulls so I can feel it. Like, so
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't let it go any farther. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you have, obviously, if your knee hurts, you don't keep bending that way. You just stop bending the way that it hurts. Right.
Right. Right.
Well, that's how my wrist feels. Like it hurts but not enough to go take any drug,
And I think that
And
that's
so,
kind of like the
and I
missing
didn't even come in
piece.
saying I have but I didn't have pain.
But I think that's like, the missing piece in the medical industry is that they're not listening or validating holistic choices. And I think to constantly keep telling you she's going to prescribe and you keep saying, oh no, I have CBD.
Yes.
Like you're already telling her.
Twice
I
told her
something to address inflammation and pain and all of that.
Twice. And then she still asked me if I wanted her to prescribe me something for pain.
Good
I mean,
grief.
I could have had anything I wanted in there.
Yeah, seriously. Good.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not taking any pain meds. My hand looks like a balloon.
It is very swollen.
One of the hand, those hand balloons that they blow up and it looks like that's what it looks like. Yeah. But as long as, listen, I'm trying to just keep it at bay with with my ring finger at least. And then
keep it elevated.
Sawed off.
And listen, the good thing is, thank goodness you did not get hurt. God forbid, had a head injury over it.
Right.
Crack your skull, God forbid. I mean, it could have turned out really bad.
It could have been really bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, I thought my athletic days are over, but after that sweet dive and I didn't break a bone, I was like, woohoo, bones are intact. 46 is looking good.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy happened.
What's so funny, Andrea? You say that you're 46 and the other day, so I just didn't even know that you were 46. And the other day, my husband asked how old you were. And he goes, she's much younger than us, right? I said, yeah, she's about like 35. I didn't even think you were in the 40s. So I guess there's something to that CBD.
Well,
give me some of that, baby.
Let me tell you something. You and Manny are best friends. We're best friends. Yeah, best friends.
Honestly, not that 40s, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like 40s, like, you're not like old. I don't even like to use that word. You're not, but you definitely, to me, I just got the vibe that you were really in your mid 30s. I wasn't even thinking you were in that bracket yet.
Well, because in my head, I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
So when I speak, when I talk to people, I still am in my 20s. I'm in my 20s. I'm not.
That's it.
I don't know if I'll ever. I don't think I'll ever advance out of that stage.
Well, that's good.
I mean,
that's a good thing. So really quick, I know that you're, such a trooper coming on here, with your hand elevated, all wrapped up.
My drama.
You talked about a little bit about CBD and, I think for the benefit of those who are listening and, what can you impart about CBD for those who are curious? And I know we can probably table this for another podcast. I'd love to kind of explore that. But there's, we hear CBD oil all the time. We hear it all the time. What, if there's somebody who's like, I hear so much about this, but what does it actually do? What, is there something that you can kind of like shed light to or educate our listeners, like, what CBD oil can do for, the body?
Well, I tell people all the time because I can't, I can't sit and promote like, oh, that does this for health benefits.
Correct.
I can only tell you what I do. I can tell you why I take it. I can tell you that CBD affects our CB1 and CB2 receptors in our body. I can tell you that we have an endocannabinoid system. And if you don't know what that is, you should look into that. And our receptors are throughout that endocannabinoid system from head to toe. So depending on what you're taking, for me, I'll tell you, as soon as this happened, I mean, I ran in with the ice and then I was like, grab me that bottle. And I took my oil that, my brand only has the hemp extract and the fractionated coconut oil in it. So there's only 2 ingredients in it. So immediately I took the whole, I took a 1 milligram dose immediately under the tongue as soon as it happened, because
Mhm.
I was like, okay, inflammation for me. Like I started thinking of all these things, right? Pain, inflammation,
Yes,
my
yes,
nerves, right? My nerves. I started hyperventilating because I think I got scared, right? That I broke something. And
sure.
now here's the thing. I've never broken anything. The doctors told me I was in middle school and I played basketball, and was told my finger was broken and they put a splint on it and that was it. I never had to do anything else. So for
Mhm.
me, that was the only thing broken in middle school that I've ever had that I don't even remember.
Wow.
So, like the feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So I've
yeah.
never had a broken bone. So all of a sudden I start thinking, oh shit, I'm 46 and now my bones are breaking. Like this is happening. Right.
Right,
So
right.
so I'm starting, I said, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I said, am I having an anxiety attack? Or what's happening? Like, did I knock the wind out of me? Then I started thinking, well, when I fell, did I knock the wind out of me? So I started having like paranoia. And
Yeah,
so I
sure.
just immediately was like, just whatever, and because I have different things in my home for
Mhm.
CBD, I can take whatever I want and just
Correct.
give it a shot and try it. Right. So for me, that's what I did. I took a quick dose of that. I took it before bed. I take it because I feel it helps me.
Yes.
Um, but when you look at our system and you look at you know, uh, our digestive system, our nervous system, our peripheral nervous system,
Mhm.
if you look at our endocannabinoid system, everything is so
Mm.
I will say that everything is affected. And I think that people, they should really look into it and look into what
Yeah.
you're taking and just understand what you're taking, know where everything is from, look at the lab tests, know where the hemp, product is from, the plant.
Yes.
Those are
That's
the tips that
important.
I would give for people.
Yeah.
And people have different things, that they have going on with them. Everybody's body is different, right? So everybody has
Yep.
different things going on. So they have questions and they can do the research on it too.
Mhm.
Um, you know, but for me, I usually tell people, I give examples of why
Mhm.
certain people take certain things, and this was my example for me,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well,
So
I can say, I've been taking CBD pretty consistent
mhm,
um, you know, since I got COVID in December. I mean, I was taking it before, but not as religious. And
mhm.
I became very religious thereafter. And I can say that things could have been a lot worse for me. And thankfully it was not. But in kind of working through the aftermath and, the long hauler symptoms of those who contract COVID,
And
post
you're
COVID.
considered a long hauler at this
I
point?
am considered a long hauler, yeah. So I
Yeah.
got a couple more months, but I will say I continue the immune support, supplements alongside continuing with the CBD oil.
Mhm.
And I do feel how things, personally shift for me. And to echo what you said, I know everybody's body is differently, but um, I just think that it definitely can't hurt. That's how I feel. And
Yeah.
I
Well,
have,
there's tools, right? You have tools in your
yeah,
toolbox. You have your
that's right.
supplements, you have yeah. And
Yep.
that's how, for me, it's a go-to because I would rather take that than anything else. So, especially when I hear a doctor say, do you want me to prescribe you anything for the pain?
Right.
After I just told you, I don't have pain.
And how
Can
easy
you?
people can get, addicted to painkillers and things like
Yeah.
that. You
I'm
know what
not
I
telling
mean?
anybody to go and break your hand to go get,
Right.
or, but I mean, that was an experience that once again, it's an example of,
Yep.
you know, it's an example of someone that doesn't need it.
Yeah,
And
right. And somebody will probably be like, well, they said I should take it. Like I
right.
could, in the event that I experience pain. And so people just kind of go by what,
Yeah. You know
the
what I was more concerned with? Her dental floss to take off my wedding ring. That's what I was more concerned with. She's like, well, I'll just get
what?
some dental floss. Now, listen, I had that happen to me when I was pregnant, and the pain that I went through was almost worse than giving birth. I mean, it
What
was
was she
so
gonna
bad.
do? Pull it out
They
with it?
stick they stick dental floss like under the
Oh,
ring, and then they wrap your finger and they like squeeze your skin
no,
and pull
thank
the
you.
ring off. And I'll tell you, I had it, they've done it to me before. So when she said that, I was like, I don't even have pain in my hand. And you want me to let you do that? Negative. I'm out. Don't
Oh,
even get that close. 6 feet. Like I'm like 6 feet. Don't get
oh
that close.
my God.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, no, no, I will put Windex oil. I'll do whatever
Yeah.
I have to do. I'll wrap this
You
whole finger
remind
with
me of
ice
that.
until it's numb
You
before I do that.
remind me of that movie that he was spraying Windex on everything, A Greek's Wedding, or what was that movie? It was a Greek family or a Greek wedding, and he was spraying everything with Windex.
Windex.
I forget the
Yeah.
name, but anyhow.
It's a Greek, my Greek wedding. My Greek.
Yes, that's it. My
Yeah.
Greek wedding.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But
That's
I'll tell
funny.
you, the Windex does work when you want to get it off. It does
Okay.
work. Now, right now, my finger's not as swollen as it was earlier, but it has
Can
like
it
purple.
move? Does it
It
move a
was
little bit? The
a
ring?
little.
Okay.
Oh, the ring will turn,
Yeah. Okay. So you're good.
but it's up top that was like a little blue. So I was a
Yeah.
little, but I think it's blue because of all of
Some
the
coconut
weight.
oil around that bad boy, and
I did try oil when I came home, but
did you?
that didn't work either. No, it's
It's just too
swollen.
swollen. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
not swollen like there was a little blue there. So I got nervous, but I thought I landed so hard on my palm that it's all swollen. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you know what? I'll tell you. I
You're
know
a survivor, Andrea.
everything. I'm a survivor. No, you know what? Everything is not as it
Was
seems,
a Rocky
right?
Balboa song going off in your head at any given time?
No, but I will tell you that I did think about, I was like, shit. When I throw, like my boxing trainer always told me that I hit harder with my left. Now what am I going to do? Because it's my left hand. That's what I kept thinking. Now what's going to happen? I can't swing well. My left hand. What's going to happen?
Oh, I'm sure you'll
So
be back on track, girl.
I'm going to rehab this. Better
Yes,
believe it. You better
absolutely.
believe I'm rehabbing it once I can move it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, this was great. I am so glad, first of all, that you're okay.
This was a blast.
But no, I really am glad that you talked a little bit about CBD. It's something that I know I am all about educating myself, and I know that you have your company, and I know that you have some really great tools, just informative information so people can understand the what CBD serves and where they're sourced and the importance of ingredients. I just love that you're an educator and you're not all about like, oh, it's all about getting my stuff. It's all about how you educate folks so they can make informed decisions when it comes to introducing something to their body. And I love that about you.
Well,
And
you gotta, you gotta
yeah,
know. You have to know. You gotta
yeah,
research. That's all.
absolutely. And I'm going to make sure I send over, I want our audience to send some positive healing and thoughts to Andrea so that she can start hitting those boxing bags again. So yeah, I think you're gonna be
Hopefully
okay.
soon.
Yes, hopefully
I know
soon.
I'm gonna listen. If I could walk into this house, I was fine.
Yeah,
I didn't know, I
but you
didn't
do
know.
look a little tired. Like I think you
Yeah.
need to get some rest. So.
Well, thank you. I do need rest. I
Yes.
did. I sat up and slept straight up
I
last night.
hope the boys will take good care of you. No cooking for you, no walking dogs, no nada, none of that.
Well, I'll probably walk I'm not gonna lie. I walk the dogs with my right hand.
Okay.
But,
All right. Okay. So you're good.
Yeah.
I'll be
My right hand will be stronger, right? Yeah.
There you go.
I can't open bottles very well. So I put the bottle between legs and unscrew the caps on things.
My
That's what I've been doing. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to get a workout on the thighs too in this.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
it's really
right?
looking at the silver lining and everything.
Right. Find the positive.
You got to, sister. There's
Find
no
the
other
strength.
way. That's right, girl. You're coming out stronger than
Even if it's in
before.
your thighs, find the strength.
Oh my God.
Geez.
Well, I love that we can sit here and laugh and, be able to really take a not so great experience that, you were faced with to, turning it into, positive,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we do know that you wouldn't be on here tonight if it landed in a different way. So
No. Oh
I'm
gosh.
thankful that
No.
you're good. And that's
Yeah.
and that makes my heart, happy, so
Well, thank you. Thank you. I love that you love me and
of
I love you.
course, hey, you're my girl, so you know how that goes. So, and I'm excited for us. We're a co-creation of what we're bringing to our website. So a lot of great things are coming forth, and it's gonna be good stuff. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Andrea, thanks for always just showing up the way you do, always at 100, even with your arm up, all wrapped up. And remember, everybody, we are Webs women.
Where exposure brings strength.